Are we gonna get it now? Yeah. Are we gonna sock it to it now? Yeah. Are we gonna die for our freedom? Around the 1950s, the African American population started to increase in Milwaukee. Many of us have heard about the Milwaukee Marches, how the African American community used marches and other forms of protesting to call attention to the racial segregation against them. One of the biggest issues at that time was the fair housing issue. Even though Milwaukee had a fair housing law, it was not strong enough and it did not cover much of the city. During this time, the issue arose. The issue was that schools were segregated, separating those of color. They manipulated the system and the boundary laws. Children were expected to go to community schools, and the problem was the community was segregated. In 1954, U.S. Supreme Court demanded that the separate but equal schools must be desegregated. This is when white schools started to bus black students to their school, but yet still making them an outcast.
I hope that the world stops raining, stops turning its back on the young. See, nobody here is blameless. I hope that we can fix all that we've done.
Gainsaying of the fact that there is de facto segregation in the public schools in Milwaukee as in most of the other big cities of our country. And the only comment that I can make is that all people of goodwill must work together in a very vigorous and determined manner to solve this problem, which I think.
Along with the open house marches, people decided to march for desegregation of public schools and boycotting. In 1964, 15,000 students refused to go to school. Father Grappi and other ministers and teachers opened 3 freedom schools inside Milwaukee churches. This was a place for children to go to and learn history. Soon after, federal district court judge finally ruled MPS that was illegally segregated and ordered integration. Soon after, MPS created more public schools and worked to be more diverse. Today, Wisconsin has the largest achievement gap between white and black students, meaning that black students average the lowest test scores in the country. As far as public schools being more diverse, I think MPS is doing a good job with that. However, there needs to be a drastic change when it comes to the education of these children.
Really hope modern can't see this. I hope that we still have a dream. I'm hoping that change isn't hopeless. I'm hoping to start it with me. I just hope I'm not the